to a special edition of the Janha Show.
Get the boy music.
Special edition of the Janha Show. I'm your host, Mrs. Janha. This is another exclusive. On our segment today, I've been so honored and so humbled to have a young Gambian man that's making so many difference in the Gambia and also in the Gambia and for the Gambians in the diaspora as well. Without further introduction, I would like to welcome my brother, Mr. Karlilu.
Thank you very much, baby. I appreciate you having me today.
Let me tell you, meeting you the first time I met you, I was so inspired about everything that you do. So for the viewers that are watching the show, that don't really know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself and of course, Karlilu.
Well, first of all, I'm Gambian. Born in Gambia, raised in Gambia, and went to school as far as high school, and then graduated and came to America to study. So, and I'm from Lamin Village, Kombona, and that's it. Everything about me is Gambian.
Awesome. But tell us a little bit about your about Karlilu.com.
Yes. Well, Karlilu.com is a platform that started from really trying to come up with ways that we could be very instrumental in our community, and trying to figure out ways that we can create an environment where businesses could have opportunities of higher customer base in Gambia, but also too, the people in the diaspora could have a solution to one of the biggest problems they have in their entire life and existence in their foreign country, which is the ability to invest and do transactions in Gambia in a very easy way. So Karlilu marries the two together, where you have businesses in Gambia that they would have never had access to people in the diaspora, but then you have the diaspora too that has access to Gambia in a way that's never been done before. That is Karlilu.com.
So tell us again for the viewers out there, how does the service work?
So the way the service works is everything is structured. You have Karlilu.com as the gateway, a platform, where anybody in the diaspora could place orders, could go in there and order anything they want in Gambia that we have available on Karlilu.com. On the other side in Gambia, we have businesses that have enlisted on Karlilu, and they will upload, they have their own platform on Karlilu, and they upload their catalog, where every price is Gambian price. The same price as when you walk into any store in Gambia. So now Gambians can go on Karlilu.com and shop for anything. When I say anything, I mean they can shop for cash power, they can shop for cell phone
cash power?
That's correct.
Sure.
And if you're doing a construction project, you can do your cement, you can do your rods, your corrugates, your finishing, which is your toilets, your tiles, your anything, plumbing, you name it. You can do it all.
By through Karlilu.com.
Through Karlilu.com.
So is it safe to say Karlilu is more of the middleman, or you guys do really have a platform where both parts, like you are like the middle person?
We are the conduit.
The conduit.
We bridge the gap between the two because there's never been a connection, and we are the conduit.
It's a genius idea.
And thank you. In a lot of cases, people are worried about, oh my God, they're going to charge dollar prices or they're going to show inflation prices. I'm here to tell you no. The price you see on Karlilu.com is the price that every Gambian is paying when they walk into that store in Gambia.
So quick question.
Yes.
Just to kind of like satisfy my own curiosity
Yes.
here.
Yes.
You're telling me if I want a bag of rice
Yes.
for my family in Gambia,
Mhm.
I can literally go to Karlilu.com
Yes.
and then purchase the rice
Yes.
and then get the rice delivered to them.
Yes.
Like an Amazon?
Even better. Because Amazon doesn't have the relationship that you will have with Karlilu. Because you have two choices. Your family can go to the store and pick it up, or it could be delivered. But the fact that the relationship that happens in that community doesn't exist in Amazon.
True.
Amazon is a simple transaction. Karlilu is a relationship. And it doesn't cost you anything. And the products don't even end from consumer to construction material now. It's bigger than that. Let's talk about family welfare, health, right?
True.
People get sick. And people in the diaspora, they receive those calls that, hey, mom is sick, or uncle is sick, or dad is sick. And you have to rush to go wire some money to get it out there for the hospital bills, right? With Karlilu.com, you don't have to do any of that. Send your family directly to go to the hospital that is on Karlilu.com. And after treatment, they just provide you a patient number. You go online to Karlilu.com, you pull up the patient number, you see the bill, you pay it, your family is discharged.
So
That's it.
So it's only be Karlilu.com, like you just mentioned right now.
Yes.
Like you have a sick family member in the hospital.
Yes.
I can actually go on Karlilu.com and get their invoice and
Right.
pay their bill in America with American credit card.
That's correct. That's exactly what I'm saying. Without sending it back.
Let's talk about inspiration.
Yes.
What is the inspiration behind Karlilu.com? Because this idea is such an epic idea.
Yes.
And why it took you guys that long to have this amazing platform of a business?
You know, well, thank you. We are humbled to hear that comment. We are proud of what we are about to present to Gambia. And I think the reason why it took us that long, because I wanted to make sure it is something that solved a problem. It solved a chronic ailment in our system that our businesses are just providing to the locality in which they exist. Think about it. If you are from Brikama, that Bitiginar at that Bopi coin provides for only anybody who walks through that Bopi coin. That's it. That's the level, the span of their customer base. Karlilu.com changes all of that. Where your customer base could be in Spain, India, England, Norway, Sweden, Germany, America, you name it, Australia, France, Spain, they're everywhere. And as long as they have a family that's living and breathing in Brikama, they will shop in your shop, while it's 1,000 miles away.
Karlilu.com.
That is Karlilu.com. And that is the inspiration, because I wanted to make sure issues like health, no family should be without attention, immediate medical attention, waiting for funds to be MoneyGram. Can you imagine if you receive a call on a Saturday night that your dad or mom is sick?
Even Sunday, to make the matters even worse.
You can't do anything.
No place is literally open in Gambia on Sunday.
That's
the
my
MoneyGram, the Western Union.
That's my point.
So you're telling me that Sunday I can actually go on Karlilu.com and make a transaction right there and boom.
That easy.
My brother. You know, it's just humbling, and it makes me so proud knowing that you're just not a businessman. You are more of an innovation. You know, I'm trying to pronounce the word right, not to miss it. You are creating something here that's beyond a masterpiece, and you are a Gambian.
Yes, I am.
You know, tell us your story. Tell us how you started coming from the Gambia and you know, living in America. What are some things that you've done that you felt like, you know, you really have to let the public know about it? Maybe you can inspire someone.
Well, you know,
Or the trial and tribulations
Right.
you went through, you know, in America, and coming up to the genius idea like Karlilu.com.
Well, I don't focus on tribulations, because they actually make you stronger, and they make you who you are, and it changes you. So when you think about the outcome of who you are, the entire DNA of you, it's created by the environment you found yourself. So everything that I've gone through, my inspiration has always been the energy behind who I am today. And I'll tell you, I'm always particular about what can help make our society better. And I think the direction in which Gambia is going, there needs to be a few things that need to be done different so that we can change the perspective of our country.
Just moving on.
Yeah.
Karlilu.com.
Yes.
You know, when you started it,
Yes.
and how long was the process?
The process is long. First of all, I had to do my feasibility studies, which is really, I spent a lot of time studying this business environment in Gambia. So it's been about 3.5 years.
How was that experience like? And now that you're saying, you also mentioned something about, you know, those businesses are also going to be on Karlilu.com.
Right.
How did you get to those businesses, convince them? Because knowing, you know, being in Gambia, being a Gambian myself,
Right.
how did you convince those businesses to believe in your future project,
Right.
to get them all involved in Karlilu.com?
You know, if rejection is a problem for you, you wouldn't do business in Gambia.
Wow.
Because I've been
Talk about a
rejected.
tough skin.
Oh my God. I've been rejected so many times, but you don't stop. Because when you know the value of what you're doing and the people you're going to impact, it's beyond you. You stop taking it personal and you just understand that it's because you're rejected because they don't understand what this means. And the better you get at being able to elucidate and clarify and make them understand what the goal is, I think they get it. And thank God I've got to that point where all these businesses that were really resistant actually saw the full benefit of what Karlilu would be. And they registered. But it's been a long 3.5 years of research, 3.5 years of interaction, negotiation, discussions, knocking on doors closed, doors opened, renegotiations and conversations. But I'll tell you, it's humbling because it helped me understand my country better. It helped me also see the things that makes it difficult for the country to advance. And that alone was eye-opening for me. From the banking financial institutions to just the licensing and government process to business environment to laws that are affecting what decisions and things businesses could do. It's varied to human behavior too, of not just culture but behavior, because I can't say culture, because culture is a fabric that's beyond its morality. So it's not culture. I think it's behavior. And we've got to a certain level of behavior in our business environment and even just private environment that it's sometimes very hard to find the balance between the two. And all that time, it took me a while, but thank God, last year when I decided to go home, I've already made a decision that we are going to start, either or. And
With or without?
With or without a group of vendors or anybody who is signed up in Karlilu.com. I was determined because I knew we couldn't wait any longer. And last year, thank God, when I decided to go home and I was able to start getting a lot of things in place, and eventually it worked out. And as we speak today, I'm still negotiating with others. But it's not going to end. That's business. But I think at the end of the day, the benefit it has for Gambians, the benefit it has for people in the diaspora, because if you think about it, the only way you can show for improvements in Gambia is the little 1,000, the little 2,000 euros, the little $10,000 the diaspora spends in Gambia. If we can see the effect of that 1,000, Gambia is going to develop. It's going to grow because you start to see things changing. Remember, government's job is not to build brick and mortar.
Yes, sir.
Government job is to provide the basics of roads, utility, services, and that's it. And the rest, the private sector will make it happen. And the private sector also belongs to the diaspora too, as much as it belongs to the private sector that are physically in Gambia. We cannot forget the equation of the diaspora. It's huge. It's huge. And those guys need to be at a point where they're so comfortable and they're confident that if they send $1,000, they will see $1,000 worth of transaction. If they send 200 euros, they will see 200 euro worth of transaction. When you have that, you can't control the outcome because it's going to be bigger and beyond what you imagine. And that's what we're trying to create.
You know, talking to you, you're just so passionate about Karlilu.com. and I can see it in your eyes, and I can see how how enlightened we become every time we talk about it. So tell me, through your journey,
Yes.
what is one thing that you wish you'd done differently starting Karlilu.com?
What is one thing I did differently? I would have done differently. I think I wish Gambia had the technological know-how that I didn't have to have somebody outside of Gambia to design my website. Because that 60, 40, 80, 90,000, call it whatever, that I invested in that, I wish it was paid to Gambia. Because think about the employment that money would have made in Gambia, because that person would have paid school fees, that person would have bought stuff from the market, the person they bought it from would have provided stuff for their family, would have reinvested in their business, and the circular flow of that money would have employed so many things. And it's a missed opportunity. And I hope the next brain idea that will come from Gambia is done and pretty much incubated and developed in Gambia.
Let's talk about you personally.
Yes.
All these things going through these businesses in Gambia, door closing, door opening,
right?
But you still determined that you are going to Gambia and Gambia is going to become Karlilu.com.
Right.
Talk to me. What keeps you going?
My whole life, I didn't come from a rich family. I didn't. I think I came from a very humble background, and my whole life somebody has helped my parents or has helped me to get me to where I'm at. And I'll tell you, as much as you think it's probably only Muslims that help me, or you think it's probably only Christians that help me, you're fooling yourself. It's all over the place. It's all over the place.
So because of that upbringing, you feel like you have to give back?
Because that created me. I have to create somebody else. I have to affect a community if I can. Now it's beyond me because I've already got, thank God, I've got what I always wanted in life.
Which is?
Which is my kids are okay. My family is okay. So then what else now?
Talk about being okay.
I have to, I'm sorry, but I have to give back. And the way I can give back is the best way possible that it can change lives. And I think Gambia is crying for a very conducive business environment, because confidence is everything. The diaspora, a lot of people in the diaspora, I'm sure you have friends who have stopped even trying to attempt to buy a house, a land. They've stopped to attempt to even want to start a construction project. That should not happen. That is affecting Gambia right now. Gambia deserves that free flow of investments to create employment for contractors, for laborers, for shops, business owners, everything. And Karlilu will change that because people will be confident that they can do their business project, they can do their building project, they can actually provide for their family. Tobaski is coming, right?
By the way, Tobaski.
For the first time, our Muslim brothers and sisters don't even have to send money. They can go on Karlilu.com. Online, they will see the RAM they want. They can see the picture. They can see the tag, its number. They can see the weight in kilograms. They can see how it looks. And they buy it, and it will be delivered to their family.
How is that guaranteed out?
It's guaranteed 100%.
Sometimes things happen. Probably by the time you get there and then the RAM is dead, for example.
God forbid. I hope not.
I'm just saying. But
that's reality.
Yeah.
But
in a situation like that, or it's missing, or someone stole it. I'm just saying, hypothetically, in that scenario, what will happen?
When you do business, you have to prepare for the uncertainties.
That's it.
The things that are out of your control. So these are things that we have all calculated and catered for. So if we had 1,000 RAMs, we have about 60 that we put aside for just in case.
But the weight, the size.
Everything will change because the weight, this is it. When you see RAM 649, which is 649, right? It will tell you it's 30 to 35 kilogram, which means we actually weighed it and it's about 34. or 35, which we know we're going to feed it. All our rams are going to look healthy, by the way. They actually look very healthy. Yeah, they're healthy. But it's a range, and we know that they'll be fed. So the most likelihood is actually way higher than what it is. But if it's lower, we won't send it to market. It has to be
for instance, you buy the
that I'll tell you, the ram you receive, when you look at it, you would know it's worth more than what you bought it for. That I know. What I also know is the ram comparable, the same price, if you go to abattoir in Abuko in Gambia and check the prices, you would know you got value. That's what I can promise.
So the vendors that you're working with, like you mentioned Abuko, which is known for the rams and stuff.
Yes.
How is their business going to get affected with Karlilu.com?
I'm not actually working with Abuko. I handpicked every ram that we are selling for Karlilu.
So you already have your own farm?
We have our own farm of rams sitting for Tobaski. That's why Karlilu guarantees that even if people hike ram prices, Karlilu is not going to be hiked. This is what we have to start with.
Concept. Oh my God. This deserves a stand innovation.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
It's that control, because prices skyrocket every time. Every time you call it Ramadan, the period of repentance, the period of being closer to God in harmony and also in prayer, the period where you care about the poor and you experience what the poor goes through. Supposedly, but guess what happens to the price of normal commodities? Hiked, and poor people have to starve and struggle to even provide food for their family for that one meal a day that they're going to have. That has to stop. And inshallah, next Ramadan, Karlilu is going to make sure that the price of rice a month before Ramadan will not be any different from during Ramadan. I can promise you that.
Amen to that.
I can promise you.
I pray we all witness that.
Amen.
Because it's going to change lives.
Yes.
And it's going to help a lot of families in Gambia.
And it's going to do what's right.
Doing what's right.
That's right. That's what's right. Because the Christians don't have to go through that during Christmas, and the Muslims should not go through that during Tobaski and go through that during Ramadan. That's why the few rams we have right now, they will go for what they're worth, not any new market price. Our rates will not be changing all over the place. It's not happening. Karlilu won't do that because we have to take care of our people. It starts from us.
Because I have so many slogans, taking care of our people.
We have to.
So let's talk about protection.
Yes.
Karlilu.com.
Yes.
Where can we see Karlilu.com 5 years from now?
5 years from now? Well, I can tell you, let's start from today.
Okay.
God willing, by August, we will get started, which is Gambians can buy rice, oil, flour, they can buy for their family. They have two choices to get them picked or delivered. We can do that. Second, Tobaski. Tobaski rams are available on Karlilu.com for their family members. Third, you can do money transfer through Karlilu.com. It's a one-stop shop. You can do money transfer, and it will be about 30% cheaper than what you currently pay.
Talk about the money transfer part.
Yes.
It's a little bit off topic.
Yes, that's all right.
So Karlilu.com actually owns something like a certificate?
Yes, we own our own certificate, our license for money transfer in Gambia. What that means, there's a difference because there are some money transfer institutions that actually don't own a certificate, a license with central bank. So they piggy off of somebody else's license. So when you do that, you owe that person a fee. You owe that person a fee. So what happens is it's hard for you to do much discounts to your customers because you already owe somebody money. Let's say you spend $10, right? To send $200, sorry, $10 or 200 euros, you pay $10. Well, that $10 will be split. The person you use their services will probably keep £5 and the other person will keep the other £5. So if that business wants to give a discount of £3, well, guess what? They're going to end up having only 2 and the other one is going to take the 5 because they owe them for using their license. Well, guess what? Nobody owns Karlilu's license. We own it.
And the
So,
difference is?
If we decide to do a discount, it goes straight to our customer and we don't lose anything.
The rates?
If we decide today we're going to do a discount for Karlilu customers, we're going to do it.
Like how much? Say it right now, because I want to send go ahead.
Let's see, right now. You can decide today you want to send 300 euros or $500 to Gambia.
Mm-hmm.
Your most you're going to pay is $7.
That's it?
That's it.
And because it's Karlilu.com.
Because it's Karlilu.com. And I can tell you there's a surprise coming. For when we start operations, there's going to be a Karlilu transaction promotion that you've never heard of in your entire life as you've been in the diaspora.
Tell me.
It's coming. I will tell you.
Come on!
If any customer that wants to know, they have to go to Karlilu.com and try to send money. And
This
they'll
is
see it.
sneak peek of
Sneak peek.
that extra.
There's going to be a discount like never before in money transfer. It's never happened. But we're going to do it for our Muslim
So with
brothers and sisters.
Karlilu.com, you think Gambia will ever need Western Union the money now?
I hope they never have to even remember that business, more or less use it.
Karlilu.com.
You think about Gambia.
Franchise?
Franchise, business ventures.
Franchise,
Yes.
business venture.
Yes.
Talk about your, it's a little bit off topic, I know.
Yes.
I'm bringing everything up.
That's
again.
all right. That's all right.
Talk about your business venture. You mentioned something about how Karlilu.com wants to really invest in the Gambians.
Yes.
To create entrepreneurship,
Yes.
to create businessmen and women in the Gambia.
That's
Tell
right.
us a little bit about that and why that is so important to you personally, knowing that you don't really need anything in Gambia. You don't really have to go back.
That is correct. But I'm back, and that's exactly where I belong. But what we want to do is we want to create a situation where Gambians could now start to own businesses. Because some of the problems you have is people actually, there are a lot of Gambians actually who are doing very well for themselves. Mm-hmm. They can operate really good enterprises in Gambia with just a moment's notice. But the biggest problem they have is they don't have access to their cash drawer. What that means is they don't have somebody so trusted that they can run their business and they wouldn't lose their money. So Karlilu, this is where we come. Mm-hmm. Because if you have the capital to, let's say, run any commodity item, let's say construction material, and you come to us and say, Karlilu, Mendy, this is what I would like to do, and I would say, what is it? And you're like, I would like to take over Basse to provide all construction material for Basse. You will show me, we'll do the diligence, you'll show us what you're capable of doing, and if we're on the same page, we would actually give you access to the Basse market, where any order in Basse, this individual will fulfill the order and they will deliver and they will do everything. And there we have created an entrepreneur in Basse whose cash drawer is within their reach and nobody else has control.
This is too epic. It's just not Karlilu.com transaction, but Karlilu.com pretty much creating,
Yes.
giving opportunity,
Yes.
and cultivating the country.
That's correct. Cultivating a business environment that has never existed. And that's what gets a country forward. So again, this is beyond the individual. And that's why when you ask me franchising, I said it's business transactions and business deals that are going to go on here.
So can we expect like a Karlilu bank in the future? Karlilu, Karlilu cars, Karlilu buildings, because it's such a great idea behind everything that you're saying.
Right.
Karlilu. I mean, it's just so humbling to have you on the show today, and you're giving us all this good stuff about your project and your projection and Karlilu.com.
Right.
It's very, very humbling, and I'm so thankful to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me, and I'll tell you, you are that gem for Gambia. The-
See, he always
the-
get me
no,
going
no,
because
I
you
have-
make me blush.
I have
my
to-
teeth
I
start running.
I have to look.
And my mascara is fade.
I meant
Next thing you know, it's gonna squish in my eyes. This one, you'll make me go through that.
I've watched your show. I had to go find your show and watch it because I was like, I've watched how you interact with your audience. I've watched how you interact with your people that you interview. It's amazing.
Thank you.
This is for Gambia.
Thank
And what you do is you're putting Gambia's name out there. You're putting Gambians out there. At the end of the day, you're going to do well, but Gambia is going to win. And that is what we want. And to you, I say thank you.
Oh, please.
And I hope we continue to work together. And I know Karlilu will be right there to make sure that you too are doing even better for Gambia.
I am humbled you was out there to know about Karlilu.com. Any last word?
Yes, Karlilu.com is here to help people in the diaspora and to help Gambians in Gambia. Create an opportunity, a business environment that people can flourish and do very well. And from people in the diaspora, you can rest assured that you have confidence in your transactions, you have confidence in delivery of what you've ordered, and you have confidence in making sure your projects and your businesses are happening. To people in Gambia, you have access for assistance, you have access for capital, you have access to expand your business. And as long as you provide great service for customers, Karlilu customers, you will do well in your business because that's what Karlilu flourishes in and that's what Karlilu promotes.
Wow. Beautiful message, Karlilu. That brings us to the end of our segment for today. I am Mrs. Janha for the Janha Show. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Welcome to a special edition of the Janha Show.